I've been here at Davie for almost 3 years,
Okay.
and also one of the dive instructors at the resort. And obviously, if it's not teaching, and most of the time I'm on the boat, or helping around with the new guests every time and for each week.
Okay.
It's kind of pleasurable to have a chance to be enjoying the underwater environment.
What brought you to Davie Resorts? How did you start working here?
Well, just after a 4-year span of no scuba diving at all, and one night just hanging out with a friend, and a colleague of mine here one night approached me and he asked me if I was scuba diving. And he came up to me and said, well, I told him honestly, he said, no, I hadn't been scuba diving for a while due to some health issues. And he told me, yeah, if you want, pass by here, go try it out, see how it is. And since then, it's almost been 3 years since I've been here.
Oh, nice.
I was born in Venezuela.
Okay.
Since 1992, I've been living here on the island, and after pretty much 2003 was my first dive experience at another resort, and since that in 2007 I got my dive master, and 2009 I got my dive instructor card.
Wow. So how many years is that you've been scuba diving?
For the last almost 17 years that I've been, trying out and having fun, and
awesome.
yeah. So then in 2007 when I made it official and made it a professional and also for a daily hobby job.
Yeah.
So fun thing to do.
What's your favorite part of this job?
Well, just besides being on the boat, just being able to enjoy nature above and especially underwater, get to see, although it might be the same reefs every time that we jump in once a week, but you never know how what's gonna swim around is what's gonna surprise you, especially how Mother Nature does its thing each time, and that's always the fun part of it. And get to see the smile in everyone else's faces when you get and you share that experience with them.
What's the craziest thing you've seen underwater?
Wow. Besides 3 hammerhead sharks, and wow, eesh.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was a really wow experience for me, and one of the most memorable dives that I've ever had in my life was just jumping in the water and being under the boat and check on everybody was doing okay, and I turned towards to start a dive and I saw this huge pod of dolphins just swimming past by us, and I'm like, oh wow, and then everybody was like, you okay? Yeah, oh, let's go.
How close were the dolphins?
Well, no further than 10 feet actually from each one of us. Literally, it's not like the small spinner dolphins, but the really huge, big, almost like whales. Well, not whale size, but I mean the real big, great dolphins just swimming around, and you see the pack of the big dolphins and the smaller and all the juveniles swimming past us. So that was a really, really neat experience.
So what would you say is your favorite creature under the water? Would it be a dolphin or?
One of my actually personal favorites is the manta ray.
Oh.
I don't know, it's just something about the wing kind of shape of them and rays, and then second to that will be the sharks. I don't know, I just love seeing them, how they all around and how they in nature and all that. So that's kind of a neat thing to always see.
You wake up in the morning and walk me through your day.
Well, for each morning, what can I say? Waking up anytime before 6 and just thinking, okay, today, well, time to go have fun again and back to the office. But I mean, it's just, getting ready, get everything set done, and make breakfast and nice and easy, make my way to work and look around, see what adventures holds for this morning. Either if it's a couple boat dives or just off the house reef or just helping out with something here around the guest, and that makes it just, it's not in a closed office job, so it's always out and open and in the sun, and it's always something cool to see or to have fun do.
What's the most unique thing about you that most people wouldn't know?
What can I say? In the beginning, I start off a little slow to get to know everybody, and it's nice and easy, just being obviously much as professional as possible. But eventually, with more time, once they get to know and have a bit more time and share with all the guests, then I get a bit more fun and more interactive and do extra more jokes to make not just sit there on the boat like just in a big car. I may make it more fun, more interesting, and underwater instead of just swimming in around and just make not say fun, but I mean occasionally go and spook around, or occasionally when I do, for example, like the wreck dive, the Hillman Hooker. Nowadays I just decided to wear like a costume, and if either I go as Batman or Stormtrooper or Spider-Man, at least it makes it more fun, and then it makes it much easier for everybody to identify who's your dive master down there, because you never know when you have so many shore divers and other divers from the other boats, and then there will be a little bit difficult to spot me and say, oh, there's a dive master from far away. So it makes it even more cool and more fun to do that.
You're saying that you dress up?
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah, wear a Spider-Man suit, a Batman, or a Stormtrooper.
What made you think of do that? Just being fun?
Well,
Fun?
one day one guest came along and he was wearing especially the Spider-Man and the Batman suit, and he eventually left it for me. I said, I'm not gonna take him back home. So one day we went up to the wreck and I noticed there were so many divers there that day, and some of the guests told me, we know where we needed to come back, but it was kind of a bit difficult to identify you where you were. So from there on, it's like, And so I see all these skins hanging around close to my gear, and said, well, just for the fun of it, once we get to the dive site, we tie out the boat, and I quickly just dress up, and then I walk down the boat, everybody starts laughing, and I say, well, guys, this is how you can identify your dive master on this dive.
Oh, man, that's great. That's great. Man, it's helpful.
Yeah. It becomes not just guests, that it's kind of become more like a family thing that you bond with everybody. So in 1 week, and they come back every year, and then, it makes it more fun that, oh, who's coming back? So, oh, yes, then, because you already get to know them much easier, especially personal wise and also on the water. And then that can also make it more fun for them. And then when you get to know more people, and they know, and they bring more guests, and, just to share this experience with them. And especially with the on the water environment that we have, all the creatures and coral and the fish life, I always like to say everybody's welcome back, and each time that we're here, and we always welcome back with open arms, and so we can have fun every week.